Hello, Oracles. Well, how will Tesla stock finish out the year? Well, I want to thank you all for all your well wishes and different ideas to help me get my voice back. It's now back a little bit better than it was last night. So, this is going to be a brief video this morning just so I don't completely ruin my voice. So, again, I thank you all. So, looking at the way the stock has been trading lately, we are kind of right at a turning point right now, right around this 180 level. We're kind of trying to decide, are we going to break down lower and fall further, or are we going to bounce off of this and then rebound and come up higher? So I'm going to dive into the charts in a moment to show you guys what we're looking at. And I think a lot of what we are going to be seeing for the end of the year is going to be either macro driven because of the CPI and PPI and the FOMC meeting, or it is going to be because of things that are going on with Tesla specifically. We've got the semi-delivery event going on tomorrow. We do have some other information that is kind of uncertain. How is Twitter doing? Is Twitter going to be solvent? Is Elon going to come out and say, Twitter has enough money, I don't need to sell any more shares? Tesla's doing a buyback. If we get announcements like this, we can definitely move back up. So right now, my price target range for the end of the year, because with 1 month left, I'm not going to try and pinpoint it. Near-term predictions in the stock price are nearly impossible, but based upon the information that we have, I think we have a range between 140 and 225. I know that's kind of a wide range, but again, with us being at the cusp at that 180 level, I think if we break down, we'll be stuck between 140 and 180. If we go up, we'll be stuck between 180 and 225. So those are the two different ranges I think we're going to be in, and we just have to monitor to see which way we are going to break. And so looking at the charts, again, we're right at this 180 level, and we've been discussing how is this going to be a dead cat bounce and we fall back into this downward trend, or are we going to continue sideways, consolidating, and then go up? So this is kind of where we're at. So if we look at the charts overall, we've been dead cat bouncing all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we're kind of at a point where are we going to bounce down further or are we going to come back up? Now, again, we do have this gap down here to 170. So perhaps we end up hitting that and then coming back up. We don't have to adhere strictly to this 180 level. But if intraday we do dip down to 170 and then come back up, that would be a very good sign that would fill that gap and then we move up. And now RSI still is in that 38 range, so it's on the lower end, but we can come down further, but we do have a lot of room to grow up above us as well. And now something that could end up driving the Tesla stock up much higher is Gary Black here saying if Elon Musk were to come out today and announce that Twitter was now cash flow positive after the 50% decline in cash costs and expenses, all the criticism of Elon Musk and Twitter would stop immediately. Let the genius work his magic. Now, again, this is something that we have discussed as well is the moment Elon says that Twitter is solvent is the moment that we have this Twitter overhang actually go away, because that means that Elon does not have to sell any more shares in order to keep Twitter moving along. That's going to be a huge turning point. There's a lot of big money who has taken their investments out of Tesla stock strictly because of the fact that they're uncertain as to what's going on. Advertising revenue is coming down in Twitter. Elon might have to sell more shares. It's kind of diminishing Elon's brand, at least in the near term, because of all this in the eyes of these advertisers. So a lot of this negative sentiment around what is happening with Twitter and Elon is causing these financials to come down. So if Elon can come out and say, hey, I've already turned around the company this quickly, we are now solvent, a lot of big money will come back in. Now, don't forget, we've talked about it regularly on here about the investment grade rating for their credit, and we already have S&P that is there. Moody's is going to be coming up soon. Alexandra's got a countdown on. I believe there's 54 more days until we end up getting to her target date for when Moody's is going to upgrade them. And so if we do end up getting it at that point, when these institutions do see that there is a light coming back from Tesla and all the Twitter noise is finally moving away, they can feel more comfortable putting their money back into Tesla stock. So Elon right now is kind of in that place where he's, as Gary Black said, he's working his magic, and we just have to let him work his magic. And we have faith that you're going to be coming out of this. Now, this is the first time I've actually seen Gary kind of sound relatively positive about this. He's been talking about the Twitter overhang, telling Elon that's been a terrible idea, terrible decision. So to see Gary kind of turn it and say, you know what? Elon is doing Elon's things. Elon has been successful with all of his companies thus far. So it would stand to reason that he is going to be successful with this as well. We just need to let it happen. So with this all happening, and if Elon can do this despite all of the noise that's going on around him, that's even better. So we'll see how this plays out. But again, if we end up getting news like that before the end of the year, we will definitely be in that higher range for a price target. And now in other great fundamental news, we've got Tesla Giga press maker IDRA has announced on LinkedIn that a brand new Giga press is currently being assembled. No other details. We don't know what size. We don't know what it's for, but we know that they have been pumping out a bunch of these 9,000-ton Giga presses just because we know that the Cybertruck is going to be ramping. I do not know at this point. I've only heard of two. I don't know if this is the second one or if this is a third one, but we do know that they're going to be having multiple lines for the Cybertruck. And something tells me that we do see a much faster ramp when it comes to the Cybertruck than we do see with other vehicles. I know it's brand new. I know it's something that's more complex than everything else that they have done, but is it really more complex? Along the way, I'm sure they have simplified the process when it comes to the Cybertruck. I truly don't know, but I have a feeling we're going to be surprised by the amount of Cybertrucks they're going to be producing in 2023. And in another interesting tweet from Sawyer discussing where Tesla's customers are coming from and who they're stealing market share from, interesting new chart from S&P Global Mobility. Data shows 28.6% of Tesla buyers are coming from Toyota or Honda. This means a lot of people are willing to pay up to get into a Tesla. Speaking to this, my own mom sold her 10-year-old Honda CRV and got a Model Y earlier this year. Now, ironically, I have a CRV myself. Mine's only 7 years old, but I am looking to get myself into a Model Y also. And while I've been on vacation, I've been trying to check every single day, and it looks like lead times are relatively short for the Model Y right now. Looking at the lead times here, we're looking at December 2022 to March of 2023. No, I'm still not ready to take mine yet. I still want to get a house. I still have a lot of other things that I am working on. So this is still good news though, because this tells me that, where we have those concerns before, last year it was a 1 year lead time. So I wanted to get my name on the list. Now, yes, as an investor, we can say, well, why isn't there as much demand as there was before? You have to remember it's because they've been ramping up factories. This is ideal. They want to have a 6-week lead time. That is their ideal time frame. 42 days of lead time is what they want. This is perfect. And now me as a consumer, I'm happy about this because I don't need a car right now. But if for some reason something did happen to my vehicle, I know that I can place an order and get it relatively quickly. I don't have to worry about waiting a year. I can go ahead and get my Tesla and I don't have to worry about waiting forever for it, which in turn might end up deterring people from getting a Tesla and going with another model that they can get immediately. And even looking at existing inventory, there is plenty of existing inventory, New York, New Jersey, everything around me. So if I did need something immediately, there is something available for me. Even though it may not be the exact type that I want, if I needed something, it's available. And in a Tasmanian article that was tweeted out by Vincent Yu, it looks like Tesla Giga Texas is expanding its recruitment for the Cybertruck production since it starts soon. And so some of the job listings that they have are for the body and white shop. The company hires dimensional engineers, senior process engineer, senior equipment engineer, a lot of different engineers in there. From the unit drive, looking for a process engineer and equipment engineer. For the stamping shop, they're looking for a robotics engineer, senior laser equipment engineer, and a tool and die engineer. And as they explain in the bottom here, the body in white is one of the most complex production shops with a high degree of automation. Therefore, the start of earlier recruitment for these positions confirms that Tesla has begun installing the Cybertruck production line. For the first time, information that the factory is already in the tooling stage for the electric pickup appeared in the company's earnings report for Q3 2022. Now, the emergence of new positions for work in other workshops is a strong indication that Tesla is in plaid mode to start Cybertruck production. And so again, going back to my statement from earlier, I think we are going to see a surprise ramp when it comes to the Cybertruck. I think we're going to see a lot more coming out than a lot of people anticipate. Thinking about the Semi alone, I thought I was aggressive with 10,000 vehicles getting produced in 2023, and Elon is saying that they're looking to do 50,000 in 2024. If that's the case with the Semi, what could they do with the Cybertruck? So we'll have to wait and see. Of course, we have no confirmation. Still waiting to get the ordering page coming up for the Cybertruck. But if they end up coming up with this ordering page before the end of the year, that could be another catalyst that is going to drive us higher in the stock price. And so looking at what the stock price is going to be at the end of this year truly doesn't matter for anybody who is holding long term. As far as I'm concerned, these are all great buying opportunities. I have been adding every single day. I just got myself past my 44th share. Very excited about that. Trying to get to 50 by the end of the year. If we end up dipping down rather than coming back up, I will definitely hit 50. If we go up and cross 200, it'll be close. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm going to be excited because it's one of the things that I'm actually going to be sharing with you guys as members and patrons is all of my Oracle life hacks, the different wisdom that I've come up with over the course of my life. A lot of you guys probably have the same wisdom, something I'm going to be sharing with you guys just to give you guys some mentalities that I've gone through in my life, and maybe it will help you out as well. And one of them is silver linings, looking at the positives in everything. The positives I look at if we come down are I can buy more for less. The positives if we go back up are I'm going to have a much nicer looking portfolio. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy either way. And again, for you guys as members and patrons, those videos will start rolling out to you today. And so tonight I do have my son. I'm not sure if I'm going to get a video out. Also, don't know how long my voice is going to last. So again, I thank you all for your well wishes, and we'll see if I can get a video out tonight for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a Patreon and that membership program. Those links are also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.